were born early, and I had gestational diabetes, and I had to do a lot of changes with my diet, and I was insulin dependent, and I really had a hard time during my pregnancies working out, and I really had to focus on my nutrition. And I couldn't stomach Shakeology at the time because of all of my pregnancy issues. So that's what initially got me started, more so as a challenger, not necessarily as a coach. So I was very much drawn into the 21 Day Fix, the Shakeology, and the sense of community, and just knowing that I had something that was going to work for me when the time came. So about 6 months after having my son, I still had not started working out yet. And honestly, I was struggling with where to begin. I now have 2 kids, and the thought of getting in a workout seemed very daunting to me. And that was never the case. I always exercised every single day. Never really had to worry about what I ate. I just could eat whatever I want and exercise when I want. And then my body began to change after I had my children. Lindsay Benson, who is also a coach that is with us, is my upline coach, and she reached out to me. Our husbands are friends, and she reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to join her in a fitness journey, as she had just had her twins, and she was a mom of 3 now. So I'll be honest with you, I was the challenger mindset. I was skeptical at first as to how an online group would keep me accountable. Well, in those 21 days, I had so much fun. It was an outlet for me. I looked forward to seeing everybody's sweaty selfies and engaging with the group and what they were eating, and it did hold me accountable. And I lost the most weight in a short amount of time, and I was hooked. So I was asked by my upline coach, Carrie, you should really coach. And so I said, all right, I'll give this a try. Why not help some more moms like myself? And this is a lot of fun. At the time, I am a full-time nurse, and I didn't connect to the fact that I was unhappy in the career that I was in. I was sacrificing a lot of my time with my family for work, and it was hard. And it was hard on my husband and I. We didn't see each other. We chose to have me work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and to be home with the kids during the week. But that wasn't enough. I still wasn't making enough income that our family needed. So then I started picking up time during the week. And then we had to make a lot of sacrifices for our family. And to not get too much into detail with it all, but long before Beachbody, when I was newly married, my husband and I struggled. We struggled financially. We both came into the marriage with a lot of debt. I came into it with a whole lot more, credit card debt and school debt. So I had $100,000 in student loan debt. We had $25,000 in credit card debt, and we were just starting fresh. And all I knew to do was work. And my husband was let go from his job, and we just about had to give up everything. We moved from our apartment. We moved in with a best friend of his that was dear, sweet enough, and very close to us, and let us live with him. And then from there, we still didn't know where we were going to go. We couldn't afford an apartment, and our credit was shot. And we decided to move in with my husband's great aunt and help be there for her, but we also had our children. So that's a little bit of a backstory about me and my need for control for our financial future and our planning. And I thought that I was going to have that all in nursing. I thought that I was going to have the career that was going to give me the hours that satisfied my time with my family and my balance in life, the work-life balance. And I wasn't finding that to be true. I wasn't finding that to be true at all. And so my husband and I took a lot of time, and I myself, as a new coach, was spending a lot of time in personal development, which you are going to really want to embrace, because that's what's going to change the most. That's what's going to make you a wonderful coach more than anything else. And because of this coaching opportunity, I took the personal development aspect of it very seriously, and I started working on my mindset, and I started working on who I was, and I started working on my plans and my passion and my purpose for my life. And I'm a believer, I'm a Christian, and I began praying. I began connecting to my faith more, and I began questioning what we were doing as a family. So thankfully, my husband, being the amazing man that he is, he listens to me and all of my crazy ideas. And we had talked about taking this wild journey with each other and moving to a different state that could afford us a different opportunity. So we sold our home in Massachusetts and we moved to Texas. My husband knew my passion and desire to pursue health and nutrition and fitness and coaching, and to be a stay-at-home mom, and to take back our time, our weekends back together. And all of those things mattered to us. It wasn't about the fancy car, the house, or the vacations. It was about having that time as a family while our family is young, and finding a better balance that meant something to us and not what others were telling us should be a balance. So we moved here, and my husband, because of the sale of the house and his hard work and advancements in his career, I was able to become a stay-at-home mom. And as a stay-at-home mom, there was a lot of adjustment for me and learning who I was and how that role was going to play out. And I embraced it. I embraced it a lot. And that first year being a stay-at-home mom, I was juggling my coaching career and being a stay-at-home mom. And we still struggled financially, and we still had issues that I wanted to see go away, and I wanted them to go away fast. And the best way I knew for them to go away fast was if I picked up my computer and I looked for a nursing job, because I just didn't want to suffer anymore financially. I didn't want to. All I could remember is living in a basement and feeling out of control. And I was brought to my knees, and I was reminded by God that I need to have faith. I need to have faith in the process and what His plan and purpose is for me. And I dove deep into my personal development. I self-educated myself on what does it mean to be an entrepreneur? What does it really mean to be a boss mom? What does it really mean to be a woman that works from home, runs a business online, but she's doing it with passion and purpose for her family? Like, what does that mean? And I struggled with it for a year. I thought that it was the programs and the shake, which are great. The programs and the shakes are awesome, and I love them. But there was something else. There was something more about this business, and it was the community. It was the connection, and it was my realization that my why was staring me in the face every single day. My children and my husband. I wanted to do this for them, and I wanted to let the world know that I have something to say. Yes, I'm passionate about fitness and nutrition. I love teaching people how to eat and how to make it a part of their life and not just another diet. I love to see people have fun with it. But I also wanted to provide a different future for my family. And I saw that opportunity in coaching, but I did not see it right away. I didn't. It took me time. It took me a year. And I don't want it to take a year for all of you, but it did take that time for me, because I had walls that I had to break down. I had fears, I had confidence issues, I had a lot of self-doubt, I had a lot of skepticism, I had a lot of worries about what people are going to think about me. But you know, the one thing I never gave up on? I never gave up on myself. I never gave up on working on the process. I listened to the National Wake Up Call. I did personal development. I talked to my upline coach. I worked through my fears. I was open and honest about the struggles. I celebrated the highs that I was having. And the more I did that, and the more I embraced the process, the more my why for doing this made me cry. And the more I became more comfortable sharing my story. And my story that I share is not the glam life. It's the imperfect life. I love sharing how imperfect I am, and the crazy life as a mom, and the fact that I'm willing to fail forward, and I'm willing to do what it takes, because I believe in this coaching opportunity. I believe that God has put this opportunity here for me to speak into the lives of women, moms. That's my target, and it has so many layers for me that I thought that it just had to be this one layer. I thought I just had to have this one why, but you don't. It builds upon itself. I realized I was very passionate about business. I realized I was really passionate about teaching others about how to run an online business. I realized I was really passionate about speaking into the lives of others about their faith and knowing God and finding hope again. I realized that all of these things drove me. I found my passion, and then I was connecting my purpose. And my purpose is to be myself, to love who I am, to share my story, to connect with others, to share my testimony, to share my faults, my failures, my joy, to grow as a person, to build a team, to lead women and men if they join the team. I will say my target is more so women, but I've grown so much as a person. So I want you to realize that this is me sharing my why in a nutshell, but I also am coming up and doing this for 2 years, and it would be a really long video if I shared absolutely every detail. But I want you to know that if you're coming into this and your why for right now is because you want to lose weight, that's okay. If your why right now is because you're financially struggling and you want to see change, that's okay. If your why is because you have no idea, you just freaking love Shakeology, you love the programs, you love being a part of the community, awesome. Everybody's why is going to be different, and it is going to grow. And that's the beauty of coaching. That's the beauty of connecting to this business in a deeper, more passionate way. And the deeper you connect to that, the more your voice will be heard, the more people will be attracted to you, the more you will understand your why and share it in a passionate way, in a way that is not icky, in a way that is not, it's not going to be like anybody else, because you will realize there is only one you that has beautiful parts of you, and it has icky parts of you that are imperfect that you're working on, and beautiful things that you're sharing with the world and empowering others to do the same thing and strengthen them. And these are all the things that I realized that I loved about this opportunity to be a coach. And that's my why. I want so much and I'm not afraid to say it anymore. I want different things for my family. I want my children to see, wow, look at what my mommy built. I want to change my husband's mindset about the way the everyday grind has to be. And I believe I can do that with coaching. So I know that this is a little bit longer of a video, but I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Be a part of this mentorship. You are going to get so many golden nuggets of information from myself and Lindsay.